You're watching NTV. Now, it has emerged that on the 29th of December, which is Friday, that President Yoweri Museveni signed into law the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 2 of 2017. That was a private member's bill tabled by the Igara West MP, Honorable Raphael Magyezi, which, among others, the bill was to amend Article 102B of the Constitution to remove the 75-year cap age limit and also to lower the 35-year age limit for one to seek election as president. Now, the bill also extended the term of the president and that of parliament from 5 to 7 years. According to the Constitution, the change from 5 to 7 years of the presidential term will need a referendum. Now, in the studio, we have the man himself who did table this bill to check whether the excitement, the atmosphere is any different. Honorable Raphael Magyezi, good evening.
Good evening, Flavia.
Welcome to Newsnight.
It's my pleasure.
You've been here before in this seat, and you were saying how people need to fairly choose their leaders. And I kept that because once you tabled that bill, I wasn't sure if you were on one side or Uganda's side. You know the other side I'm talking about, President Yoweri Museveni's side.
All right.
It's been signed into law, so our discussions might not be on whether it should or shouldn't. So I'm going to go back to when you decided to be the one to front this. What were your reasons personally as Honorable Magyezi?
First of all, there was nothing like a Museveni side. This was a bill about Uganda.
Okay.
It was not a bill about an individual, because we are motto. We are there, we are not there. But the law and Uganda remain. I came up with this bill, which is now law, because of two things. One, already in the public, there was this debate. It was there. And I remember on 29th August, I had a consultative conference of my constituency, Igara West, with about 800 plus people. We discussed several things. We still have a bill to amend the Local Government Act. We had a bill to amend the Constitution with a view to land. And then we had a number of other things.
And then this one?
This one came up from the public. They actually said, our MP, we've heard you. This
By public,
is your
we mean
agenda.
Igara West.
Igara West. And they said, can we also discuss this?
Okay.
I said, I don't have it among my items on the agenda. I said, we want to discuss it. So I handed over the chair to the district chairman. I wanted to listen in to see what people are saying.
Because I'm curious, was it a case of 75 is almost approaching for this one, so we need to remove the limit, or was it a case of the people beyond this age who could be great leaders?
It's a coincidence that it came in at this time when people are looking ahead to the next elections.
Yes.
But I think it comes at a time when people below 35, many, the biggest population in Uganda, it came in at the time when probably people above 75 who could have stood as president or district chairman were being blocked by the law. So they said, we want to discuss this issue of age limit. I said, okay, talk about it. Pro, against, for, and I listened.
But Honorable Magyezi, are you blind to the fact that there's, as much as you said, the public is where the discussion started, that the public is also enraged and reacting on the negative on this?
Well, I've heard that. There is no doubt that in the public, even in Parliament.
Obviously. We saw what happened in Parliament. There were many against it.
The people against it.
So if the people are against it, what was so unique about it?
Flavia, when we talk of the people, it's simply to say when you bring a proposal like this one, it's fair, it's expected that not everybody will say yes. Actually, I love it.
And fair is a good word. Fair is a good word.
Yes.
Where do we find the fairness? Are we not having an unbalanced discussion?
Well, at the end of the day, we put it on the weighing scale. And the weighing scale
was balanced.
It did decide. Okay. The decision was 317. Yes, Raphael, you're right. 90 plus. No. So that's the balance. So when you say the people were against it, the members of parliament were against it, what is the litmus test? who carried out a study to say this was not a referendum. So you cannot say 20%, 30%, I take the decision of Parliament. That is where the decision lay. That when we go to the House, the floor of the House say, those in favor say yes, and those against. That is the decision.
Honorable Magyezi, tell me what happens now. It's now law. And you've got, of course, as you said, a section that believes it shouldn't have passed. And there's a section that, as you claim, is definitely on the side that helped get into law.
The majority.
What happens now, as you call them the majority? What happens now? What happens to Uganda? What happens to the MPs with the clear division that you now have in Parliament? What happens going forward?
Well, I'm glad that this came in at this time. Surely if it came maybe a year or two just before the elections,
it would have been less tense than now?
Yeah, it would be terrible. No. I think now we have the time to heal the wounds. I think we have now time to realize, yes, this came 2017. It has passed into law. So, you may not have agreed with me, you may not have liked this, but the decision is taken. Uganda is here to stay.
Okay.
We take it up, we move forward, and if for the future, Ugandans, members of parliament in future realize, no, this could also maybe have been amended differently. This is our country. This is our constitution. Okay. So for me, I'm happy that His Excellency the President has signed this into law. So this debate of whether it passes, whether it is out. So this is the law. We'll go ahead and implement it.
Thank you so much. Igara West MP, Honorable Raphael Magyezi, it's NTV.